Okay, we're playing a deck today that I'm pretty happy about. Um, let's take a look at our Orzhov Token ETB game plan. So this is a deck that is revolving around Bitter Blossom, a card that I've played a little bit on the channel. Bitter Blossom is a really fun card. It's a very good card in Modern, and we've been enjoying it here in Historic. Now, Bitter Blossom is a slightly different version of a card that we have had in Historic for a long time, but hasn't really seen too much play, and that is Dreadhorde Invasion. Similar to Bitter Blossom, where you get something every turn, instead of a token creature that's a 1/1, you amass zombies and lose life. So we have two ways that we can lose life in order to get some sort of creatures onto the board. Bitter Blossom goes wide, while Dreadhorde Invasion goes tall. There's also the additional benefit with Dreadhorde Invasion that if you can get your token to be 6/6 or bigger, it can gain lifelink, which is nice. Now, how we're going to make this work is first by taking a look at why this is a hard thing to do normally. So, Bitter Blossom is great. It's nice having all these creatures, but the fact that you lose one life starting from turn 2, where your opponent might also be attacking you, makes this a pretty difficult deck to play. So what we do to get around this is playing 4 Fountain of Renewals, 4 Ajani's Welcomes, and 4 Cleric classes. So we have a bit of a life gain strategy going on here that can hopefully bridge the gap until we can have like a 6/6 Dreadhorde Invasion, down the line. Because we're playing all this life gain, we can also just do a bunch of the other things that a life gain deck would want to have, which is some Call of the Rings, which is a card that I was super big on out of the Lord of the Rings set. This card's great in my opinion because the 2 life to draw a card whenever you choose a creature as your ring bearer is great, especially in this deck where we're going to have these Bitter Blossom tokens and Dreadhorde Invasions every turn, and we can stack our upkeep triggers in such a way that we'll always have something that can be designated as the ring bearer. Assuming, of course, these 2 permanents are in play. And then also we have Voice of the Blessed. This card is just generally really good. It's another way to go tall. It's evasive once you get enough counters on it, so this is definitely a card that's worth it to play. Other than this, one card that I did need to add and actually realized I do not have in here is a 1 copy of Heliod. We want to make sure that we have one of him, if I can spell him right. Because if you go into a long game, well, it's really good to have a Heliod the Sun Crowned in situations where your opponent is just picking off these Bitter Blossoms. And I'll go just down 1 on the Dreadhorde Invasion since we have so many of those already. So yeah, basically that is the low CMC core of this deck. We want to just run out as many Bitter Blossoms and Dreadhorde Invasions as possible and then sustain ourselves with our little life gain until we can kind of make it to the end game, where we control the board with Rites of Oblivion, which can be cast from hand and or flashbacked. Because you have to sacrifice a non-land permanent, the Bitter Blossom tokens or Dreadhorde Invasion tokens are pretty good fodder for this. Other than this, we are a deck that plays a Beseech the Mirror strategy. We have 4 Beseech the Mirrors to find basically any of our pieces that are more than 3 or more CMC, that is. And basically Beseech the Mirror can find our Shieldred 1 ring combo. It can find Heliod if we need Heliod. And we can also find Ajani Strength of the Pride, which is basically one of our endgame finishers. Ajani is notable in this deck because his 0 loyalty ability, if you have enough life gain, can basically just wipe your opponent's board, which is nice. And then you'll be able to presumably get in with your tokens. And the cool thing about Ajani is that's basically a lock until they deal with him. You can just continually wipe the board. So any creature strategies are out there. So that's more or less the deck. We are playing Silent Clearings, which is a card that I am happy to showcase in these decks, where we have the ability to pay life, which can be offset by our Fountain of Renewal strategies. But the ability to draw a card on a land is pretty strong here in Historic, and I think these Modern Horizon lands are pretty solid and good to have. That being said, that's the deck. Hope you enjoyed. We're going to hop into some games here, and before we do, if you want to support the channel, you can drop a like on the video or comment to help with the algorithm. We're in a bit of an algorithm slump right now, so anything that you can do to help get out of that is definitely appreciated. Also, if you are a new viewer of my channel, you can show your support by subscribing for videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That being said, this is the deck. Hope you guys enjoy it. The deck link will be in the description, and let's hop into some games here. Alright, it's round one. This is a good start. We have an Ajani's Welcome into Bitter Blossom, something to control the board, and eventually we get the Ajani out if our opponent taps weirdly. Okay, so we go like this. Ajani's Welcome, Silent Clearing, Bitter Blossom, and we'll be off to the races. Ooh, we'd love to see a tap land here, and wow, we even get a Heliod on turn 3. That's a pretty good blessing right there. So now we'll have an opportunity to go pretty wide here. We do line up okay against Angels. Let me just drop this Heliod out. So go. And we'll need to set up a blocker for Giada and for this Righteous Valkyrie for sure. No blocks here. We'll need to save up for a Ajani. And we'll put a counter onto this guy. I think that I can go tapped Shrine, Rite of Oblivion, the Righteous Valkyrie to keep their life total low, and then go Cleric class. Then we'll get rid of the newly created 1/1 that we made, since it would have probably just had to chump block anyway. Then I'm happy making this trade if they'd like to. We want to do it before they're able to pay mana for their oh crap. Did they take my Heliod? Heliod's better for them to take, that's fine. Okay, that's okay. Gain some life. Another Rite of Oblivion, that's good. What I think I'll do instead is Ajani. Ajani minus is great. And then we are going to be able to chump block pretty effectively here. We will not attack, and we'll say go. So now we have 2 pieces of removal, and I don't care too much about the Soul Warden. Oh man, well they're going to get my Ajani, that sucks. Might need to kill that Soul Warden at some point. So now they're gaining life off of my stuff, which is not ideal. We do have a Pride Mate that gets to do its thing, though. We'll go ahead and move to combat. Well, I guess we won't, because Right is a sorcery. I think that the decision is either a Cleric class or Rite of Oblivion. I mean, those are pretty much the only 2 options that I have. I think I'll need to do... I can't do both, which sucks. So I might need to do Flashback, Rite of Oblivion, kill Soul Warden. Or I'll still be ahead if I use my Cleric class. Yeah, I think that's probably better. I was trying to decide here if it was worth killing the Soul Warden to prevent them gaining life, but they don't have their life payoffs yet, so it's potentially okay. This is scary. They have their own Heliod, okay. So now they have their life gain payoff, what I'll do is kill their Heliod then. That's fine. Resplendent Angel, yikes. That's a yikes. Okay. It is what it is. If we draw, it would be great for us to draw land, actually. Alright, we get to gain a life. We'll have to make one of these tokens really big. We find Dreadhorde Invasion instead. So I'll Rite of Oblivion, well, god, it's either the Heliod or the Resplendent Angel. Resplendent Angel's a 6/6 right now. Heliod's a 5/5. I can block the 6/6, but if it makes more creatures, it's really bad. So I think I just have to Rite of Oblivion, kill Resplendent Angel, but then their Soul Warden's annoying. Oh, this sucks. Dang. Well, I think I need to avoid them getting a lot of creatures in the air, so we'll go like this. And then it is simply Dreadhorde Invasion time. We will not attack here, we need to just hunker down and block. Basically what I need to hope... Oh my god, they have another one. Okay. They're making their Giada bigger. That's eventually going to be an attacker. I just have to hope that I can run out their hand slowly enough. They'll gain 2 on my turn. So I gotta be cognizant about that. You need to gain 5 for Resplendent Angel to trigger, for this to trigger. Maybe I should have just taken Heliod last turn. That might have been smarter. Though, I'm pretty close to turning off Heliod, so that is also just, like, good. They don't go to combat, which is great. Heliod giving something lifelink is a huge problem as well. We'll resolve all these triggers. Yeah, they're making that Resplendent Angel really big, aren't they? Let's make this bigger. Yeah, we gotta just use these Rite of Oblivions effectively. This Heliod is a huge problem, but also Resplendent Angel is a bigger problem. Well, Heliod is making everything they cast a big problem. Yeah, I think I probably just need to kill Heliod this turn. I'm gonna try going like that. Shieldred's good. Shieldred's very good, actually. Shieldred does not block Heliod, sadly. Yeah, I think I just gotta right their Heliod. We'll get rid of... Let's get rid of the zombie army, because I'd like to trigger my Johnny's Welcome. But at the same time, I don't want to have their Soul Ward and gain them life. I don't think they can gain 5 life on my turn, so I think I'm happy doing this. They are getting dangerously close to their 27 life total. They give something lifelink, sure. That just makes it very certain that I won't be attacking. Okay, well, we can drop a Shieldred next turn. We also probably just need to... Oh my god. Okay, so now this Speaker of the Heavens thing's annoying. I will need to attack in here. It's ultimately not going to matter. Yeah, that's a problem. Okay. So, the life gain issue is definitely a thing now. We need to attack in at a Johnny. And then we probably just need to kill something. Okay, so we have our Dreadhorde Invasion token. We probably need to get a Shieldred onto the battlefield in some degree. I mean, they have 6/6s. I think now it's Rite of Oblivion on Resplendent Angel. I can't do anything about that. And I don't even have the land to play Dreadhorde Invasion. That is tough. We'll go for some trades here. A chump block on Giada is great. They're going to have the Speaker of the Heavens just pumping out stuff next turn, so they should really leave their Giada out and use the 6/6 to block. That 6/6 trade is good. We even get a creature back, which is nice. So let's start to make one of these other things large. We'll just make the flyers big. Next turn I can make the 6/6 bigger than their 6/6, which is great. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Johnny is a thing that can happen. Well, we're not dead yet, which is great. We'll be able to pump out some blockers here. That Speaker of the Heavens is going to be really annoying. Luckily, we have our Johnny's Welcome. This is going to make us not totally dead. Resolve. We'll have to chump block with this 1/1, so it's fine. Now, this is good. We can Rite of Oblivion take out their Speaker of the Heavens. And then we'll drop a Dreadhorde Invasion. We take 4. It's going to not be great, but eventually we get a Shieldred down. So yeah, take this out, because that is how all of these stupid things come to fruition. Oh, I might need to get rid of my 3/3, though. I can drop a Dreadhorde Invasion. Yeah, I'll just use a Dreadhorde Invasion as fodder. I don't need to be doing that twice a turn. Alright, here's an invasion. And then we will block how we need to block. Okay, this is not terrible. I was feeling pretty bad after that a Johnny 0, but this works. So we got a block here. This is a fine block for me. We're going to get a 3/3 back. They might have Collected Company in hand. Alright, well, we get to have a 5/5 after that interaction, so this is not terrible. Once again, I have a blocker. And I think that I'm just happy to get a Shieldred out. Resolve. I should actually swap these around. Oh, nice. We finally find this. So I can Shieldred and then use my Silent Clearing to draw a land, or to draw off of a land. Resolve. Let's make... Well, our Flyer's going to have to chump block, so it's whatever. We'll make another threat that is not a Shieldred. There's a lot of 2-drops in this deck, so it's pretty likely that I could draw one. So I might just keep this land around to ensure that I can double spell if it comes down to it. The Collected Company is right on time. I just have to hope they don't hit well for this. Yeah, that was fine, actually. Wow. Trelisar is going to be annoying. This is going to help their draw out a lot. If they top anything... Okay, so they're digging for something. Probably another Angel. I think the Bishop of Wings is bad. I need to get rid of the Bishop of Wings. I don't think I want to take 10. But I could just leverage the life gain. Yeah, I think I might just not block here. I need to have more creatures. And, like, I don't make an effective trade here. Alright, go to 5. I don't like that they're able to do this. They're going to find their next draw at some point. Just looking for another Angel. Fountain of Renewal is a thing. We're getting close to being able to block effectively. I'm going to probably get rid of the zombie army. We need to kill the Bishop of Wings. Because that almost certainly... Yeah, that needs to die. 9 life. We are sitting not too terribly. I want to avoid creating too many new creatures next turn, so I'll get rid of this 1/1. Oh, we're going to go very close on life next turn. Okay. And we have a Fountain of Renewal. That actually will help us a lot with the life. Now, Shieldred. Shieldred is worth keeping, I'd say. If I attack in there, just happy to take it. Yeah, we just need to find things that help us go wider. And, like, honestly, that's just more Johnny's Welcomes. Like, more life gain at this point is good. The Fountain of Renewal draw was great. We need to somehow scale better than they're going to. And now they have the stupid speaker, which is annoying. I'm happy to make this 4/4 trade. We'll go to 3. Alright. Well, everyone gains a little bit of life here. And we need to try to make a flyer that can tangle with that 6/6. I probably won't be able to this turn, though. So we need to make something that can deal with the Trelisar, because if that can start to attack, then it's bad. Okay. Beseech the Mirror is actually great. Beseech the Mirror can find a Johnny. Well, it can also just find removal, I guess. Yeah, you know what? We get a 1 ring here. Yeah, that's the way that we win this game. Alright. Beseech the Mirror. With Bargain. Autopay. Go to 7. What do we get rid of? Is it the Dreadhorde Invasion? I think it's Dreadhorde Invasion. That's not really helping us out this game. We don't need to go that tall. Find our 1 ring. Cast it. And we'll take our draw now. See if we can draw a 2-drop. We do. Nice. We'll put a counter onto our... Well, the flyer. The flyer actually... We might take 6 this turn. Let's just make this bigger. Here's a Voice of the Blessed. Now we're kind of starting to turn the corner. They get to scry. It's whatever. with these 4/4 and 3/3. Okay. We have a blocker for the Trellisara now. A lethal blocker, that is. And then I think we probably will just give Ring Bearer to something that's slightly under Righteous Valkyrie's size. I mean, this is when our opponent just throws down the hammer, right? This game has just gone on 27 minutes now. Maybe the longest life gain matchup I've ever played personally. But we are just surprisingly bouncing off this green-white build, so I'm liking how this works out. I hope that Call of the Ring can bring us the distance. 26 cards, now we'll start to get extra draws in. This will kind of bring us on par with the Scry that they're doing every turn. And maybe my opponent has had to go somewhere, and they are just roping me out now. If that's the case, then I will see you in the next round, and we have killed our opponent with boredom. I don't think either of us had really won this game yet, but it was definitely a long haul. Alright, yeah, looks like that's the case. I think our opponent's out of here. 75 life and no wins for them. We'll take that win in round 1. Let's hop into round 2, starting now. Here we go. Or I guess I'll edit this one out and then see you in round 2. Wow, I cannot believe that. Okay, round 2. Well, we don't have a creature producer. We have some stuff. We get a Heliod eventually. I think it's not really worth it. We need to have a creature producer off the rip. And this is a hand that does have that. I think that I'm definitely not as big on Dreadhorde Invasion off the bat. I think that I want to go Fountain into Bitter Blossom. Alright. Let's, I guess we're going to have to shock this Cloudless Shrine almost certainly. Luckily, we are a life gain deck, so we don't really care. Elvish Mystic. I wonder what they're going to be ramping into. Unfortunately, we cannot do too much to stop them from doing that. Hopefully it's just a bunch of big dumb creatures, because we'll need to make a wide board of Bitter Blossoms. Okay, so it's just elves. Oh, elves is not just elves in this matchup. We're going to have some problems with it. This can come in tapped, and we go Johnny's Welcome. So if we draw a untapped black source, then we can beseech the mirror, getting rid of one of our tokens, finding a either Shieldred or One Ring combo. Eventually it will be both. So that is probably the thing that we're going to play towards. Because otherwise I think we're going to die to this Shaman. We're going with 2 2/2s. I'm not going to block for now. Pretty soon I know I'm going to have to, though. Call of the Ring is my only playable right now, and having some cards seems pretty good. Not having life, though, seems like kind of an issue, though. I mean, they can come in with 15 right now if they wanted to. Oh, Jesus. Okay, well, I'm glad I got that Call of the Ring out early. We are going to chump block and kill the Allosaurus Shepherd. That thing is the worst. Oh, do they have a combat trick? Nice. Alright, that's fair. Smart play. Well, luckily the way that this stacks, we will be able to get this Call of the Ring. I'm going to have to take this to life here. We need to look for a land. It's another Call of the Ring, and we find our land, but the mana's off now. I forgot about that. Alright, double Call of the Ring here. We need to go for that next land. And actually, we even need more than just that, because Thorn of Amethyst, well, we're dead anyway. Yeah, Thorn of Amethyst actually just killed us here, because we couldn't even beseech the mirror into a 1 ring. We would still need to pay the 1 for Thorn. So dang, that is wild. Very good Elves Brew here. I think that Thorn of Amethyst is definitely pretty strong because otherwise, if you're in a creature-based matchup, like I think Elves is quick enough and can get big enough that they'll be able to make it through. So a quick round 2 to offset our very long round 1. I think we're in a good spot here. Let's hop into round 3. All right, here we go, round 3. We get a Bitter Blossom start here, so I think this is fine. But I'll remember to play this one on black. Ooh, Ninjutsu deck, okay. Black, Bitter Blossom. Next turn, we can do Bitter Blossom and an Ajani's Welcome. That will bring us ahead on life totals. Ninjutsu's in, Silver Fur Master, sure. Alright, so it looks like this is actually going to just be damage based, which is not always how these decks play. Do a Bitter Blossom into a Johnny's Welcome. Now we are going to be positive on life, which is great. Even more so once we get a Johnny's Welcome. If we get a land, then we have a Johnny Strength of the Pride. Even better. Bowmasters is a little annoying. I'm going to be trying to drop some cards, but not that many. Bowmasters does line up pretty well, though. Not going to lie. Alright. Make some creatures gain some life. Here we go. We can shock for this. We can a Johnny... Well, Johnny minus will just die. Yeah, maybe I just play this a little bit slow. Get another welcome out. We'll make creatures every turn. It's fine. I'm happy to block the Bowmasters. I think other than that, I'll take 7. They must have something for the Bowmasters. Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Interesting ninjutsu deck, wow. So they get their ninjutsus discounted and they find the line to victory. Wow, alright. Pretty cool deck, and they piloted that well. Found a kill where I honestly did not think that they would even be close. Alright, well that was a cool round 3. Let's hop into round 4. Here we go. Okay, round 4. We have our Bitter Blossom and a Johnny's Welcome start. Nice. I think I'll probably start with Voice of the Blessed first, actually. Well, no, I'm going to do Bitter Blossom because that will get the most concentration of Voice of the Blessed life gain triggers. Wow, we have a lot of Bitter Blossoms in this hand. That will either help us or hurt us. It'll help us if we're playing against any sort of permission or anything that is generally kind of slow. And it'll hurt us if they can deal with our Bitter Blossoms or have ways to just kill us quickly. So here's Bitter Blossom first. If we draw one drop here, that is probably the best draw for what we want to be doing right now. Guild Summit, so we're against Gates. I've done one game against Gates so far. I don't know if this is the same person or not, but we'll drop some Voice of the Blessed on them, and hopefully this will get us moving quicker than they can Gates Ablaze me. Gates Ablaze.
had exactly gates. That's tough. Alright. Well, we can just go ahead and say, find another one of those. Pushing 4 damage here, which is good. Circuitous route, okay. This is what we want. We need to keep a Voice of the Blessed alive. Alright, here we go. So our voice gets a little bigger. We find a thing that we would like to see, and we go Bitter Blossom, Rites of Oblivion, get their card draw out of the way. Getting rid of one of these. And we hit them for 5. Alright, they're down to 12. If it's another Gates Ablaze, I feel bad. Otherwise, I'm feeling okay right now. Primeval Titan. So they're going for their, you know, combo game plan. They'll find Maze's End and one other thing. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 total now, I think. Yeah, 8 unique gates. So we do get a Flying Voice of the Blessed with Vigilance now. 1 ring. So this does not target, unfortunately. We can kill Primeval Titan. Well, actually, we do need to kill Primeval Titan, otherwise they win, so sure. That's actually a very easy decision to make. Alright, and so basically we say either you win the game next turn or we win through damage. Let's see what it is. Alright, they go for big mana. It's another Primeval Titan, and I believe that that is a win for them. Let's see what they do. Should just be a Maze's End activation here. Or they might have Gates Blaze. Circuitous Route. I think this is for sure a victory. Maze's End activation, and I believe that is it. Alright, an opponent's got us there. So Turbo Gates was enough to take us out. I mean, we're really not that quick of a deck, so that is kind of not surprising to say the least. I think that tough matchups with this deck include Gates, if they have Gates Ablaze. So that's really the only thing you need to watch out for, because I think if they played, what, 2 Gates Ablazes? Just a single Gates Ablaze, I believe. Okay, so that one Gates Ablaze was really what made it, you know, like a 1-turn clock versus me winning. So that's an issue. Mono red is a problem, as you've seen. Mono green is also a problem. So definitely just quick decks are probably the bane of our existence here, but we're not really tier 1, so that is, you know, a fine negative to see in a deck like this. So round 4, we kind of got what we wanted to do, but we didn't quite scale out the same way that we did in game 1. Let's try to finish out with one more game here. Let's hop into round 5. Okay, round 5. Let's try to end strong here. We have Bitter Blossom. Bitter Blossom is great, I would say. We need to just survive the opener with a Rite of Oblivion, basically. I think seeing Watery Grave, I'd like to have Cleric class, because this gives us a place to dump mana if this is a control deck. If they hold up mana here, I go double Fountain. I think, yeah, double Fountain's probably the move. This feels awkward for them to counterspell. And eventually I'll be happy that I played these. Now hopefully they go for a more proactive turn 3. Brewmasters, whatever. Well, kind of whatever, not really. Then we can lead with Bitter Blossom and do Cleric class next turn, or lead with Cleric class into Bitter Blossom. Sure. Boom, boom. Looks like a counterspell. Maybe I just Rites of Oblivion to kill them, kill their Bowmasters. Then get rid of the duplicate Cleric class. Happy for the C to counterspell. Alright, cool. They have some good trigger discipline here. They're happy to kill me with a 1-1 over 20 turns. And we go in with our 1-1. Okay. What now? Blink of an eye puts that back in my hand. I'm thinking that I'm happy. Ooh, man. Bitter Blossom and Follow the Ring. Those are great 2 cards to have on the battlefield. Alright. And then Cleric class, also pretty solid. If it can come down again next turn. To play a creature, I have Rite of Oblivion. I'm fine if my Cleric class gets bonked. We will pay the life for Call of the Ring here. It's essentially free. We draw a card, it is a land, and we have a Cleric class too. Let's drop our Cleric class. Alright, we'll pay for the level 2 here. And maybe they blink it back, whatever. If our stuff survives, yeah, this is fine. We'll be making another one of those next turn and making it pretty big. So if they just let me go to my turn without bouncing everything, sweet. So Bitter Blossom goes onto the stack. We get to make this thing large. We will take this action, and yeah, Johnny's Welcome, also very good. Johnny's Welcome. Ooh, might not have a counterspell. Let's see if this Voice of the Blessed resolves. Ooh, looks like they're gonna have something for this. Essence Scatter, okay. Well, we'll show second Cleric class in that case. Looks like they didn't have a non-creature counterspell. Underworld Dreams, that's certainly a thing. So this might be like the wheel deck. We'll just gain that much life, and let's make one of these larger. Sure. And we will just split this damage-wise. Let's make this through our Ring Bearer. We will take action here. And do we want to Beseech here? I think we would like to Beseech. We can go ahead and get a Shieldred. We'll draw. Sure. With Bargain, auto pay. We can get rid of... Oh man, I don't really know what I want to get rid of. Probably get rid of the non-attacking creature. I should have put my counters all on one. Whoops. Didn't really think that too far into the future, but it's okay. Because now we have a Shieldred that they're going to have to deal with. Gain some more life, and we'll make this guy bigger once again. We'll swing in to discard our Bright Climb Pathway, and we actually have our Shieldred one-ring combo, and that is enough for our opponent to say no. Alright, well, good run with the deck. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Bitter Blossom is a super fun card, and I definitely want to play with it more. If you enjoyed the video, you can show your support for the channel by dropping a like or comment on the video, and if you want to see more from me and you are not subscribed, go ahead and do so. You'll get videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. With that being said, that's all for me. I will see you in the next one. Peace out.